Hello, welcome to my channel. Now we're going to continue with the Simon game. Now, where we are at so far is we switched this on, and with the keys now work and it lights up as well. However, we got to, this was just for this. We finished testing now, so we can sort of stop this from working. So these should only work if keys active is true. So what we're going to do is I'll show you two ways you can do this. So we can do that, and then we can surround there. Okay. We can surround the code in one of these. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. In fact, I'll do it on both of them. I'll demonstrate it on both of them. Now this, one sec. Okay. If this state key is active, okay, I think it's just a case of it saving. Now let me try it now. Now can you see this has worked? However, right there. However, I don't want to do it like that. What I want to do is I want to make it a bit neater. Because as you can see, I had a bit of trouble putting that in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do it that way. So it's going to come to here, and if not active, it's just going to be turned back. So it's not going to, and if it's active, it's going to carry on with the code. And I think that way is a bit cleaner than doing this, what we've been doing. So I'll take a bit of that, and I'll just copy that and drop it there, and I think that's a bit cleaner. So now the buttons don't work. Both ways work. However, this one is cleaner, I think. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to go to, things are getting complicated again now. They're not going to be that complicated as before, but we still need a graph. So what we're going to try and build, we're going to try and build this. That's the other graph. So when that finishes playing, it's obviously going to time. It's in an infinite loop, and most of the time it fails because we haven't pressed the key and it times out. But now that the keys are fixed, we can press keys. So now we have to do this part of the graph. So now we can press keys. So the user presses a key. So what should it do? It should stop all the timeouts. Then it should do these checks. Does the key match? If yeah, if no, play the loser function, then go back to starting the game and set answer correct to false. If it does match, what it should then do is check that the key length is matched. Key length, for instance, Simon might play six notes. When you type the first one correct, you've got to type the other 5 correct. So it's got to check if the length is matched. Okay, and that's all we're gonna do it to until the length. So if we type the correct key, then it should just say, okay, that's it. You've typed the correct key, the length matches, and that should be it. And then in the other videos we code some more, but I just wanted to cover this little part here. Okay, so what I'm going to now do is I'm going to open up a spreadsheet, which is here, and I'm going to explain how the checking works, because we've got to check whether the keys are correct. So this is an example. Suppose the sequence is on 5, and this is the sequence. So we're going to also have a player sequence. So when the player puts the first key in, say I put this key in correctly, I put 0 in. If I put 1 in, it's going to compare both arrays, and it's going to see that that's not equal to that. The index at 0 is not equal, so it's just going to play the loser tone at that stage. If it is correct, it will then look at this array and that array, and it will see that that array contains one element. This contains 5. So it's going to prompt you to put another key in. Now if you get that right, and if you get that right, and if you get that right. So now both of them are correct. Everything's correct. Also, the key lengths are the same. So now it will say yes, you've got the correct answer, and it will start the game, and now it will add one extra note. So if you're doing 1, it will now add it to 2. Now if by some hack or something you manage to get more player sequence, what this will do is it will see this one, and this one will be undefined. So if somehow someone hacked it, then they'll get a loser tone, because that's not going to be equal. Okay. So now we're going to implement this. Now the first thing I'm going to do is we need some extra variables to implement this. And I'm just looking where we're going to create them. We're going to create them in the constructor. So one's going to be called player sequence, because we haven't created a player sequence yet. And the other one is going to be called last check. I'll explain what the last check is for in a different video, or I might explain later on. Okay. So now I'm gonna go back up to the top, and I'm looking for the mouse down. Here it is, the mouse down and the mouse up. So at the moment, it's not doing any checking. It just plays these keys without doing any checking whatsoever. So I'm gonna have to paste some stuff in there. Now I'm gonna try a new function called matching, and that's to do the checking. So what this is gonna do is, just put a space there. What this is gonna do is, it's gonna one sec. That's the key pressed. That's going to be the key pressed. It's going to push it onto the player sequence, and then it's going to check. So I've got to create this matching function. and I will create it at the top, which is here. And as you can see, the matching function takes two arrays and it returns an object, which is that. So what it basically does is checks that the arrays are similar. If they're the same, it checks if the size is the same here, and then it returns it back. So it will tell you whether the values match and the size match. So what I'm going to do is, so that's going to be still in the variable check, and what we're going to do is we're going to console log that because we need to see what's going on, and then the value of check, we're going to take a copy of it and leave it in the last checked. So that's what we're going to do with that. And then we're going to do an if statement, and this if statement is going to have a return in it. So this is where we're going to do our check-in. So it's going to use this object that we set back and it's going to check it. If check matched, not check matched, it's going to go to user. It's going to set the answer to false. It's going to set the state of the keys to false so that you won't be able to press them. And then it's going to restart the game. So it's going to go back into the loop. And if the answer is correct, what it will do is it will display the light and then it will do absolutely nothing because we haven't told it what to do when the answer is correct apart from just do nothing. So now I'm going to test it and see what happens. And we got the output down here so we can see what's going on. So we have to keep. So as you can see, that hasn't worked. Let me check something. Okay, what that is when you press the key, it's got to kill the interval. If I go back to the graph, stop all timeouts, it hasn't done this. So let me see. Mouse down. Stop timeouts. This one here it is. So we have to stop the timeouts. Okay, so that's what it's going to do. Wait, I'm just checking something now. Okay, let's try that now. Let's just make it loose for a bit. Can you see there's a fault here? It's got same length false. The same length is supposed to be true. See that I pressed the correct key and it said loser. The reason why that is the same length is false here. Okay. So when it goes back to start game, we have to set the player sequence. You have to set that back to nothing. Because at this point the player has what am I doing? Okay, so if I do that, I'm gonna cancel that. Can you see it's got the same length as true now? I'm gonna press the correct key now, then it should just do nothing. So it's got matched true, same length true. So now it does nothing. Okay? So up to this graph, what I said I was going to implement, this all seems to be working. So on the next video, I'll continue on to do other things. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Bye.